Team America. Video files. Welcome to Team America Video Files. I'm Eric Reinert. This month, August 2010, brings primary elections. This primary election will determine who will run for office in the general election in November. So Martin Grant and I decided to be serious for a few minutes and head down to the Democratic Senatorial candidate debate to see who comes out on top. We interviewed all of the candidates except for Kathy Eden, who declined. So let's start with Randy Parras.
I'm here with Randy Parras.
Easy.
It's the rolling the R. I've got.
You're putting an E at the end. Parras.
Parras.
There you go.
Yeah.
See that?
See?
I love it. And just a little bit of practice is perfect. The question that I've got for you, because everyone brings a different style to the candidacy. What struck me about the way that you present yourself is that you didn't talk as much about specifics as you did about the way in which you get things done.
Exactly.
Is that sort of the thing that you're going for?
I think it's exactly true. I think you can be as specific as you want. When you get to the Senate, you're one of 100. You're not a king. You can't just wave your magic wand and have things change. You have to understand it's a process. And you get a better deal when you engage more people in that process, when you build more power in that process. That's when you get a better deal. Who am I to have all these specific ideas without? I have to engage people. I got to figure out what's the best for Arizona. So that means I have to be talking to all these different stakeholders to figure that out and then be willing to move that forward. And what we get coming back is dependent on not what people just do on election day, but they do after election when I'm in office. Are they willing to work with me, fight with me so we can get what we need? And so you're right. I'm not all about the specifics. I'm about a process, understand how it works. I've been involved in change for the last 15 years.
The audience was, as expected for a Democratic debate, lacking. While it was held in a nice auditorium at a community college, I had to wonder to myself, where are the Dems? The debate started off well with each of the well-dressed candidates giving their opening speech. Each candidate was given several minutes to introduce themselves and summarize who they are, as well as what their platform is. So let's talk to Rodney Glassman.
Okay, hold on. Let me think for a second. There's something that's very specific I wanted to ask you. Think about this. Hold on for a second.
Rolling.
Okay. I'm here with Kennedy Glassman. I just wanted you to know that as we were pulling into the parking lot, and my producer can verify this, we saw a rainbow that actually came down to your motorhome.
Nice.
Now, I'm not sure what that means. I don't know if that means that your campaign's being partially funded by leprechauns or if it's just good luck or what that means. But I noticed that while you were talking earlier, you had a lot of very, very specific solutions. It's hard to imagine that all of the questions just happen to fall into your areas of expertise.
Well, I've been spending a number of months visiting different communities, as far north as Flagstaff, as far south as San Luis, and listening to neighbors and listening to Arizonans and listening to veterans and finding out what their concerns are and what their solutions are. But the number one job of a senator, in addition to bringing jobs to Arizona, is to listen to Arizonans. We have a senator right now in John McCain who likes flying over Arizona. And what we need is a U.S. senator that wants to drive through Arizona and visit the communities and listen to elected leaders and listen to teachers and listen to young people. And that's what my campaign's about. And because we've been traveling and listening, I'm able to articulate concrete ideas and solutions that will move our state forward. People are looking for someone new, someone they can believe in, someone that's going to work hard, and someone that's committed to the future of the state. That's what my campaign's about, and that's why I hope people vote Rodney Glassman.
Well, I appreciate your time. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Following their opening speech, the candidates opened up a Q&A session for the audience. There were only about a total of 12 people who asked questions, and not all the questions were pertinent. Back to Martin with John Doherty.
What do you see as the most critical thing? If you had to pick one thing that has to change and has to change immediately, what would you say that one thing is?
One thing that has to change immediately. Well, the long-term thing that has to change is our energy policy. We need to move to renewable, 100% renewable economy. That will completely change Arizona's long-run well-being. I mean, it's fundamental that we move in that direction. So that's a very high issue on the domestic agenda that I will have, a 100% renewable energy-based economy. immediately, obviously, the thing that's torn this state apart is the immigration issue. I mean, that's what we hear over and over again.
Right.
It's almost a broken record. And the key thing with the immigration issue, as I mentioned in the debate tonight, is to end the black market for labor. The black market for labor has allowed businesses in certain sectors to profit immensely while shoving off the costs on that to taxpayers, either through education expenses and health care. So end the black market for labor, put strict employer sanctions on, and secondly, create a visa system for low-wage jobs so people can come and go in an open and safe manner. Let's set up a process so the folks can get documented and then eventually become residents and citizens in the long run. And this is a national security issue because now the Border Patrol, whose primary job is to secure the border and protect us from possible terrorists or serious criminals, is distracted, running around trying to deal with guys who are trying to get jobs
as gardeners,
who are not dangerous people.
The one thing that I do want to clarify for anybody who's not completely clear on this now, because this is such a huge issue for the governor here, is that you would, as the senator from Arizona, make it illegal to behead any American citizen under any circumstance.
No beheading allowed.
Okay, good. Because I just wanted to get that on the record. Thanks. Appreciate your time.
All right. Thank you very much.
Now the debates are a matter of history. It's up to the people of Arizona to decide whether or not a Democrat would be the best for the state. Each citizen of the state of Arizona has the right to a better life with the best educational system, the highest employment rate, and of course, the right not to be beheaded. Let's check in with Martin Grant one more time.
We're here with Howard Bell, who is the chairman of the Democratic Party for the entire universe, all of planet Earth, and specifically District 7.
District 7.
District
yes.
7.
That's the North Valley. That encompasses North Paradise Valley, North Phoenix, North Scottsdale, Cave Creek, and Carefree.
Oh, so you're my guy.
That's me.
That's awesome. Okay. He somehow got the entire campus of Paradise Valley Community College for us tonight so that we could have all of the candidates that matter, the Democrats.
Let me tell you, it was like herding cats.
How does a guy like you go from being, a civilian, a citizen, an interested bystander, to doing what you're doing now, which has got to be at least 2 or 3 full-time jobs?
I tripped one day and hit my head on a concrete post and woke up and wanted to be an active Democrat.
That's the first thing anybody said tonight that makes perfect sense right there.
I'll tell you. Being chair of the district has really filled my plate. I'm having a very good time. It gives me an opportunity to really connect with voters, connect with citizens, and get a real hands-on, upfront feel of what people want, what they need, what they're saying. To be a responsible citizen, you need to take an active part in the process, whether it's just simply going down and vote or participating at the precinct committee level or participating on the state party level or calling your congressman or your senator or the governor's office and saying, hey, I'm a citizen, these are my beliefs, this is what I'm looking for from you, you represent me, here's my voice asking you to do something. It's not enough to sit on the sidelines and do nothing. That is being an irresponsible citizen. For people that don't want to vote or don't want to get involved with the elective process, well then don't complain. Because when you don't get involved, you get what you get. When independents talk to me, they are very disheartened that the Republicans are trying to paint this year's election as a one-issue election.
Right.
It can't all be about immigration. It can't be all about border security. People are losing their jobs right and left.
Right.
We have commerce leaving our district especially hand over fist. People want to know how that money's going to come back to the district. They want to know how they're going to get a job and be able to feed their families tomorrow, how they're going to get funding for the schools that they send their children to. And politicians, Republicans and Democrats, need to come up with these answers so that the citizenry is said. Maybe we don't have the right answers, but we have ideas, and we're putting them out there, and the Republicans aren't sharing theirs. They only want to talk about one issue. I think that independents and Republicans alike are going to see that this year it is important that these issues get addressed, that ideas come out, and those things need to be implemented.
Absolutely.
Thank you
very
so much. We appreciate your time.
Well said, Howard Bell. Maybe you should run for Senate next time.
Team America. Video Files.